Did you know that Massachusetts built America's very first lighthouse? Or that New England's most famous cape was carved by glaciers and still moves every year? How about the fact that basketball and volleyball were both invented here? Well, Massachusetts is overflowing with wild facts like this. Some of them you won't believe are true, so stay tuned as we reel off 50 of them. Fact 50. Boston's buried volcano. Massachusetts doesn't scream volcanic, but the bedrock around the Blue Hills in Boston Harbor comes from an ancient eruption hundreds of millions of years ago. Today, when you hike the Blue Hills Reservation, you're literally walking on a frozen volcano. Fact 49. America's first lighthouse. Boston Light was built in 1716 on Little Brewster Island. It was the very first lighthouse in what became the United States, blown up in the Revolution, rebuilt, and still shining today. Fact 48. Glacier-built cape. Cape Cod's famous hook shape. That was carved by Ice Age glaciers, then reshaped by waves and winds. The cape is still migrating today. Its sands shift every single year. Fact 47. The Quabbins drowned towns. In the 1930s, 4 rural towns were deliberately flooded to create the Quabbin Reservoir, Boston's water supply. When water levels drop, old cellar holes and roadbeds sometimes reappear like ghosts of the past. Fact 46. Oldest public park. Boston Common dates back to 1634. It's the oldest city park in America. It once held cow pastures, militia drills, and even public hangings. Today, it's swan boats and picnics. Fact 45. First public library. The Boston Public Library pioneered the free-to-all model. Its McKim building is filled with murals, stone lions, and one of the grandest reading rooms in America. Fact 44. First subway in North America. In 1897, Boston opened the Tremont Street subway. While New York gets all the hype, Boston had the very first underground ride on the continent. Fact 43. Whale sanctuary. Stillwagon Bank, just off Cape Cod, is a whale hotspot. Every spring, humpbacks, finbacks, and even endangered right whales gather in these rich feeding grounds. Fact 42. Shark surprise. Cape Cod is also a seasonal hotspot for great white sharks. Thanks to booming gray seal populations, fins slice through the summer surf. Fact 41. Dinosaur footprints you can touch. In the Connecticut River Valley, Jurassic dinosaurs left thousands of tracks in ancient mudflats. Today, you can literally walk in their footsteps. Fact 40. Mountains of lava, not granite. Western Massachusetts ridges, like the Holyoke Range, are tilted sheets of ancient basalt. They were once rivers of molten lava. Now, they're perfect hiking trails above the valley. Fact 39. Highest peak with a beacon. Mount Greylock, at 3,491 feet, is the state's highest point. On top sits a lighthouse-style war memorial that glows like a beacon above 5 states. Fact 38. Melville's whale. From his desk in Pittsfield, Herman Melville stared at snow-covered Greylock. He saw the image of a breaching white whale. That vision inspired parts of Moby Dick. Fact 37. The Cape Cod Canal shortcut. A man-made canal slices Cape Cod from the mainland. It saves ships 135 miles of dangerous seas. The currents are so strong, kayaks can surf standing waves. Fact 36. Islands that drift. Monomoy near Chatham used to be a peninsula. Then storms broke it into islands. Sometimes it reconnects, sometimes it doesn't. The map changes with every storm. Fact 35. America's first public beach. Revere Beach was designated in 1896. It was the very first public seaside beach in the country. Roller coasters, dance halls, fried clams. It was Atlantic City before Atlantic City. Fact 34. Blue Hill Weather Time Machine. Blue Hill Observatory keeps one of the longest continuous weather records in America. Every time you hear, "This is the hottest since," they're reading from Blue Hill's diary. Fact 33. First telephone call. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell made the first telephone call in Boston. His words, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." And the age of talking machines began. Fact 32. First American college. Harvard was founded in 1636. It started with 9 students and 1 master. Now, it's practically a city, with libraries the size of neighborhoods. Fact 31. 2 sports invented here. Basketball was born in Springfield in 1891. Volleyball followed just 4 years later in Holyoke. Massachusetts invented gym class. Fact 30. Boston built on water. Much of Boston, including the Back Bay, is built on filled-in marshes. Whole neighborhoods rest on 19th century landfill. Fact 29. The Zakim Bridge. The Zakim Bunker Hill Bridge glows at night like a ship's rigging. It replaced a crumbling highway with a cable-stayed masterpiece. Fact 28. Cranberry Kingdom. Massachusetts bogs have been growing cranberries since the 1800s. In fall, flooded red fields turn the South Shore into a giant fruit punch. Fact 27. Plymouth Rock. Lighter on facts. The famous rock wasn't recorded until more than 100 years after the Pilgrims landed. It's been split, dragged, dropped, and cemented back together. Still, it's an icon. Fact 26. The First Thanksgiving. In 1621, Pilgrims and the Wampanoag shared a harvest feast at Plymouth. It became the story that inspired America's Thanksgiving tradition. Fact 25. Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. These islands were shaped by glaciers. They're the last beads on the Ice Age's necklace, piles of sand left behind when the ice retreated. Fact 24. Whaling capital. In the 1800s, New Bedford was the whaling capital of the world. Oil from whales lit lamps from Boston to London. Fact 23. Salem witch trials. In 1692, fear and rumor swept Salem. 19 people were executed as witches. It remains one of America's darkest cautionary tales. Fact 22. America's oldest ballpark. Fenway Park opened in 1912. The Green Monster, Pesky's Pole, and quirky angles make it baseball's cathedral. Fact 21. The Great Molasses Flood. In 1919, a massive tank burst in Boston's North End. A wave of molasses rushed through the street at 35 miles an hour. It killed 21 people, and the streets stayed sticky for months. Fact 20. The Charles River Revival. Once so polluted, dirty water was an anthem. Today, the Charles is clean enough for sailing, rowing, and swimming on summer days. Fact 19. The Valley of Books and Farms. The Connecticut River Valley is fertile glacial soil. It grows asparagus and apples, and is home to 5 major colleges. Fact 18. Oldest school still operating. Boston's Latin School was founded in 1635. It's still teaching today. Benjamin Franklin went there, but never graduated. Fact 17. Granite that built America. Quarries in Quincy and Rockport cut stone for monuments and docks all along the East Coast. Quincy granite became a famous brand. Fact 16. Ice Glen. Near Stockbridge, massive boulders form a shaded maze. It's so cool inside, ice lingers well into the summer. Fact 15. Harvard versus MIT. Separated by the Charles River, these two schools have launched everything from biotech firms to space companies. It's an academic rivalry that shaped the modern world. Fact 14. Route 128, the original tech highway. Before Silicon Valley, Boston's Route 128 ring road was packed with tech companies. It was the birthplace of the mini-computer boom. Fact 13. Cape Cod National Seashore. Protected in 1961 by President Kennedy. 40 miles of dunes, ponds, and wild beach preserved forever. Fact 12. Provincetown's Wandering Dunes. Sand dunes here slowly march inland, swallowing and revealing old dune shacks. It's a landscape that never stays still. Fact 11. A river that stays in state. The Charles River is about 80 miles long, and it flows entirely within Massachusetts. Fact 10. The Minutemen's Road. The route from Lexington to Concord saw the first shots of the Revolution in 1775. Stone walls and wooden bridges still trace that historic day. Fact 9. The Elizabeth Islands. This chain of small islands is mostly private. They're quiet, windswept, and dotted with sheep pastures. Fact 8. Lighthouses everywhere. From Cape Ann to Nantucket, Massachusetts has dozens of lighthouses. Brick, stone, wood, and iron. Each one a beacon of maritime history. Fact 7. A river that disappears. In western Massachusetts, sections of streams slip underground into old limestone cracks. Nature's disappearing trick. Fact 6. Eagles return. After being wiped out by pesticides, bald eagles have returned. Quabbin Reservoir is now a breeding stronghold. Fact 5. City of Books. Boston and Cambridge together have more universities per square mile than most countries. Coffee, bookstores, and debates on every corner. Fact 4. Winter nor'easters. Massachusetts winters pack brutal storms. Nor'easters pile waves into walls, freeze marshes, and bury towns under snow. Fact 3. Boston Harbor Islands. Over 30 islands dot Boston Harbor. Some hold old forts. Others have beaches or forests. It's a national park just minutes from downtown. Fact 2. Granite spine, sandy sleeve. Western Massachusetts is all hard granite ridges. The Cape and Islands are soft sand that shifts with wind. One small state, two totally different geologies. Fact 1. Small state, giant impact. From the first lighthouse and the first subway, to the invention of two world-famous sports, Massachusetts punches far above its size. It's a place where history, geology, and culture collide in ways you never expected. And there you have it, 50 wild facts about Massachusetts. From ancient volcanoes to great white sharks, from drowned towns to the Great Molasses Flood, this state is packed with surprises. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss more mind-bending facts from across the United States. Drop your favorite Massachusetts fact in the comments below, or tell me which state I should cover next. Thanks for watching, and remember, even the smallest states can hold the biggest secrets.